En person har blivit en ikon i Malmö FF. Han är tyvärr inte med oss ikväll. Egon Todde Jönsson. Kan du inte berätta lite om Todde?
Well, remember, first and foremost, he was a very, very fine player. The reason I were invited to his lägenhet by the stadium 6 months maybe after I'd been here, and we had some dinner, and Eitel said, "Egon, visa Bob dina medaljer." I forget medaljer. So, and to slut, so you come from what to from, what do you say, a shoebox, school, and in there he had Olympic gold medal, a World Cup bronze medal, and they were in a shoebox in his cupboard. If you're a gold medal winner at the Olympics today, you're a multi-millionaire. But so he was a modest football person, but had been a great player, and carried the injuries of many great players without complaining. He taught me how to speak Swedish, and when I first arrived, he used to collect me from the hotel to take me to training. He spoke no English, I spoke no Swedish, but he used to check up in his book the day before, and I remember getting his car the first time, and he pointed at the window. He said, "Window." Window. That was one of his classics. The other one was strawberry. You know, jordgubbe. So we sat down once and he went, "Strawberry." Something like that. So anyway, he taught me to speak Swedish, and he kept at it. And hence my ridiculous accent. That brought Frank Bob Lindemann.
Inför matchen i Monaco så var ni på en officiell middag som man alltid har.
Don't go there.
Jo, det ska jag visst. Kan du berätta vad som hände på den officiella middagen? Men Forster Reiner var på plats också.
That's really a story you should tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe most of the people that were there are not alive anymore, so I can't tell you that. But in any case, we played Monaco here. Ranier Houghton was here with Stephanie, and Hans Cavalli and Börje Lans, they treated them as you would treat Houghton when he came in. But then we drew 0-0, and I think our board was disappointed, and they decided not to go back to the return game in Monaco 2 weeks later. But the club in Monaco had decided to give us the same reception as we had given them. So there are some wonderful restaurants in Monte Carlo, and one of them was owned by a member of the board, who I think was the director of Credit Suisse in Monte Carlo. Anyway, this restaurant was a special restaurant. It was called Le Doc Rouge, I think. Anyway, we sit down and we bring some champagne, some Dom Perignon, and then remember we had a group there with no board members. There was myself and Egon, Shirley Edson, Charles Rosé, Pierre Lindstedt's father, Kalle, was there. I think Pierre Mintz was there, and our doctor. And the restaurant was closed. There was a huge table just for us, and it was only us. And anyway, they brought this champagne, and then they came to take the champagne away to bring some wine for the next course. And they went, "Why? And the waiters were shocked. And so they then brought some white wine with the next course, and they came to. So after about half an hour, we had about 15 glasses in front of all of us. And finally, no, I can't tell that story. Let's leave it there. Max Poggi, the guy's name was Max Poggi, this director, and he said, bring the good Calvados, I think it was. The guy came with this bottle of Calvados. It was about 150 years old or something. Anyway, find it, hey, slow up. So I said, there you go. So they went on, so I don't great tonic. He said to me, I saw in Malmö you like a cigar. So bring the cigars. Well, the guy bought, I've never seen so many cigars. And Max said, take a cigar if you win tomorrow. And I took a sort of normal Monte Cristo number 4 or something. So this Max Potley said, no, and he took a, I don't know what it was, an extremely expensive, about a $50 cigar, and he put it in my top pocket. Cohiba it was called. And he said, there you go, if you win. And so everybody had spotted this. So people who have never smoked a cigar in their life, Aeon and Chill, yeah, give it that cigar. And they were taking this. And after smoking about this, it was a really funny crowd. And the following day we had been invited to Slotted. But we heard about 10 o'clock the next morning that René was engaged that day. So we could do it after the game, but we never did.
Fantastiska historier. Vi har ju koncentrerat oss på 1978-79 ikväll. Vilka absoluta speciella minnen tar du med dig från den här turneringen?
Oh, that tourist goal in the game against the Poles. I mean, it's even this last European competition. You know, the fact that Liverpool can come back after being 3 goals down and beat Barcelona 4, and you know Tottenham were 3 goals down against Ajax in the semi-final and come back. And now there we had lost 2-1 in Wisla Krakow. And you know, Tommy Hansen's right, the goal he scored there was invaluable to us. So we needed to win the game 1-0. And at half-time, we were 0-0, which was perfect for us. But then 5 minutes into the second half, the Poles scored one. So then you've got to come back a long way. You're 3-1 down and they've scored an away goal. So it was a long way back. And then sometimes in football you get a stroke of luck, and we had a stroke of luck there, and that was the referee, who was a German. He gave us a penalty, and it was a very unusual penalty. The goalkeeper had come out to collect a cross, and he ran into Tursevin and knocked Tursevin over, and he gave us a penalty. Now I've never seen that before or since, and you know, Puska scored it, and then we went on to win the game 4-1. So that one incident there. But I mean, Ingemar was right that was it Ingemar? We actually did believe always at home that we could come back from being goals down and win, and that was a phenomenal evening. And it was so different. I remember that evening after the game. Nuis and I think we were with Roy Hodgson and Shippen. I was so up after that, coming back from that game, and we went out, we celebrated. But the next game, the semi-final, was the absolute opposite. You know, we 0-0 in Vienna. Tommy scored after 5 minutes, and then you hung on for 40 minutes, waiting for the final whistle, knowing that any goal that we concede would put us out. And then at the end of that game, all I wanted to do was go home and sleep. It's a totally different emotion that you get there. And in fact, I did go home, and I found Lasse Holmqvist fast asleep in my bed. That's gospel truth. I don't know how he got there or where they'd been, but anyway, it was maybe I don't remember Lasse Holmqvist.
Jo,
Ja, okej.
klart. Vi kan sitta här egentligen hela kvällen, Bob, men det kan vi inte, för kvällen börjar lida mot sitt slut. Det har varit en ära att ha dig i Malmö dessa dagarna. Du är alltid välkommen hem. Och vi tänkte vi skulle avsluta med att alla dina spelare kommer upp här på scenen.
Could I just before we do just thank the board in Malmö for this evening and the whole club. And also, I was, as we've been talking, sitting there saying, as I said to you, what a fantastic experience it is to meet real Malmö FFers, everybody around here that genuinely remembers it, and enjoyed it and loves the club and have stayed with the club for such a long time. And it's what makes the club it is today. And it's a great club. And it's been a great experience. I'm grateful for the invitation.
Tack så mycket.